Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friend Sky Nova. Today, I have a special treat for you. Now, if you've been living under a rock, then you do not know that tomorrow is January 29th. And what is January 29th, boys and girls? It is the release of the very first DLC map pack for Black Ops 2 Revolution! Alright, so yes, we are having a map drop tomorrow for Xbox Live only. The PS3 users will get it probably about a month later. They usually trail about a month later. Xbox gets it usually on a Tuesday, and I think PS3s get it a month later on a Thursday, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure. I don't actually do PS3. I'm mainly just Xbox. But this Revolution map pack will include 4 new multiplayer maps, a new zombie map, a new zombie game mode, and for the first time ever in Call of Duty history, they are including a new multiplayer gun. That's right. This gun is called the Peacekeeper, and we'll get a little bit more detail about that later. You should start be seeing some images popping up, and these are the maps that will be included, and you should see some maps of the new game mode, which is Churned, and the new zombies map, Die Rise. The first map that you saw was Hydro. It's an electric dam in Pakistan. It's a large map. It has lots of bottlenecks and choke points, so it's not necessarily too much of a long-range type deal, but you will definitely have your chance to do those snipers, and you'll have your chance to pull out some SMGs. And you know what? You may even have a chance to pull out that Peacekeeper and bust some people up with it! Okay, so a unique point about Hydro is that it actually has a large spillway that will actually flood. So if you're in the middle of that, you will be wiped out. That's right. You can be doing your thing, taking out some peoples, maybe fighting some zombies, and all of a sudden a big wave of flood just comes pouring down upon you! The second map that we do have is Grind. This is based off a skate park in Venice, California. The thing that's pretty unique about this map is that there's no really sharp edges to it. It's all curved. So this is gonna force people that like to sit in corners, you know, those campers that like to bring the marshmallows and start a fire. They're gonna be forced to get away from those edges and be put more out in the open. Our third map that we have is Downhill. This is based off of a ski resort in the French Alps. This brings back the first snow map to the mix. I know Treyarch usually likes to throw in a snow map for you. And this one has a lot of long-range lines of sight. It's pretty much a sniper's heyday. Anybody that loves to snipe is gonna love this map because it's a fairly large map. Our last multiplayer map is Mirage. Now, what it is, it's in the Gobi Desert in China, and it's essentially a resort that was a sandstorm came over and it's pretty much destroyed the resort. Now it has a lot of sand dunes everywhere, so you can climb up into second-story windows and whatnot. Do what you need to do to get those people out of there. That's it for the multiplayer maps. Now, we do have a new zombies map, of course, which they do include with their map packs, and this one is called Die Rise. This takes place in the Far East. It's probably going to be a little bit more of a difficult zombies map than the other ones. It has very tight, narrow, dark corridors, so it's going to be fairly hard to pull those zombie trains and get into those higher levels. This map has been... it's been, how do you say, it's related towards an MC Escher type of artwork where you don't really know whether you're upside down or everything else is upside down because they've got stairwells going everywhere, and it'll play with your mind essentially. Along with the new zombies map, you will also get a new zombies game mode called Churned. This is where you, as the player, actually gets to play as the zombies. The new game mode is Churned. You get to play as the zombie, and I think it's up to 4 players, I believe. And there's one human player who is running around shooting all of the zombies. And if you, as the zombie, happen to strike the human, then you get to play as a human. Now, in the trailer that it shows, they only show the Olympia. I don't know if that means you're only going to be able to use the Olympia or what, because if that's true, then of course it makes it a little more likely that you can get the human and make it a little more fun, but also it'll make it way more difficult for the human player, because if you think about it, the Olympia only has 2 shots. So if you're running around and you got 3 zombies on you, you miss a shot, or even if you make contact with both shots and you kill 2 zombies, you still got a 3rd one on you. So you have to run and run and try to get away from them and reload those shots. And you better not miss when you have all 3 of them on you at once. Now, as far as the new multiplayer gun called the Peacekeeper, this is the first time in Call of Duty history they have ever introduced a multiplayer gun with the DLC drop.
Now, if you had taken a close look at the Peacekeeper image I showed you earlier, you would take notice that it is actually white. Do not be fooled by this. This is not a new camo that comes with a pack or anything. It is actually the skin of the gun. So whenever you get a camo put on it, it'll actually cover this up and it'll be gold or whatever you do put on it.
They say it's a hybrid between, watch this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna pull out the last one with the pistol. Oh my god, that was sexy. Let's watch it again. Here we go, guys, trying to get his care package. She's gonna get sniped out. There's 2, there's 3, and we're gonna take out the guy way in the back. Oh no, running out of bullets. Let's pull out that pistol and fuck this bitch up. Oh my god. I just want to take that clip home and make love to it. oh, and we're gonna steal their escort room before he comes around and takes me out. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, let's call that escort drone in. Anyways, this Peacekeeper, it's a hybrid between an assault rifle and an SMG. So that means it's going to be high power, yet low rate of fire. It does have 30 bullets, which is up there with, you know, the Vector and the MSMC, so it's got the same amount of clip size as the other SMGs, but it'll also carry a little bit more power. But you also sacrifice, like I said, you know, your rate of fire. You gotta make sure you make contact with your shots. You can't really spray as much as you could, like with the, you know, Scorpion or whatever, the Evo, and just hope to hit somebody. As far as the diamond camos come, if you have diamond for all your SMGs already, then they will not be affected at all by the Peacekeeper. If you do not need to have, my goodness, I am stuttering Stanley right now. You do not need to have the Peacekeeper gold in order to have the rest of the SMGs diamond, but you do need to have all the SMGs gold before you can get the Peacekeeper diamond. Does that make sense? I think that made sense. I don't know. Let's hope it made sense. But yeah, that'll be about it for the freaking multiplayer maps. I don't know about you guys, but I am straight up excited for this stuff. Right? I feel like we just got the game and we're already getting a new DLC map. I know it was back in November or whatever, but I can remember just going back and being there on midnight release, getting the game, taking it home, playing till the break of dawn, doing what you gotta do. When the DLC does drop, I will rush and get some gameplay up for you guys so you can see the new maps. We'll actually go in depth of the maps, maybe take a good closer look in some custom matches so you can get a good feel for what it looks like, maybe some good choke points and whatnot. But that'll bring us to the end of this video. I think we went, yeah, right there, 53-19. Wasn't amazing, but you know, it was something to watch while I talk. And if you guys haven't already, please check out the videos at the bottom. Our featured video is the first video we recorded just a couple weeks back, and our last video was some gun games. So if you haven't checked any of those out, please go do it, and subscribe if you want to keep up to date. Later, guys!